Hi, this is Marty Cappy Richardson with Lucas Bisbee of New York Life. Thank you, Lucas, for once again stepping up as a streaming sponsor for Dog Bowl 15. And can you tell us a little bit about New York Life?
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, Marty. Really happy to be here. So at New York Life and Dog Nation, we help families protect what matters most.
Yeah.
And that's really leaving a legacy and really helping that next generation make sure that they're prepared.
Yeah, it's really good. So we have a lot of people, 1,000 people in this tournament, plus literally thousands more coming to watch. And if they were looking for this, how would they get hold of you?
Yeah, best way to get a hold of us, you can call me directly at 720-732-8934, or you can check us out online. You can also see us upstairs. We've got a booth set up as well, so we'd love to chat with you.
Yeah, and yeah, you guys always have a presence there, and thank you for sponsoring year after year after year. But in addition to that, you don't just sponsor, you volunteer as well, and you're wearing the wrong shirt for that volunteer role right now, right?
We do, yeah. So proud member of the board of directors, so happy to be serving and volunteering. Been volunteering since day one and love the mission and love what we do.
Yeah, but I meant really the shirt with stripes on it.
Yeah.
So you always do a couple games every year.
Yeah. So you'll see us out there refereeing a couple games.
Yeah, and I got the privilege of being your partner, which probably drove you crazy last year because I was in the wrong place all day long.
It was a blast.
Yeah, so I think we're going to replicate that again this year. But Lucas, you're always looking to expand your team and your business, and tell us a little bit about what's going on there right now with your business.
Yeah, thank you. So right now, we're currently growing our team. So we're looking to bring on 2 advisors here in the next 90 days. Former teachers, athletes, and coaches do incredibly well with this. We're really looking for those folks that are passionate about helping people and really making a difference in people's lives.
Yeah, and if someone was interested in that, how do they go about reaching out to you guys?
Yeah, we'll include a link here at the end, but we've also got contact me directly. I'm in charge of our office here, our local operation here in Denver. But yeah, would love to talk with you guys. Again, it's 720-732-8934.
Yeah, so thank you very much. And Lucas would be a great boss. So for any of you guys looking for a career change or just moving within that same career path, this is your guy. And thank you for coming on today, Lucas.
Appreciate you having me. Thank you.
All right, welcome to Dog Bowl 15. We have our specialty event, the blind hockey event, where we have the blind hockey national team. And we also have some people that do not have any vision impairments but are wearing glasses to emulate different conditions. So everybody on the ice either is naturally or enhanced to be legally blind. With me today is...
Hi, I'm Dan Beatty. I know a bunch of the guys from the blind hockey program and really excited to be here and teach you guys a little bit about this sport and watch some fun hockey.
Awesome, great to have you. This one comes out of the zone. They're looking for the breakout pass and got some speed, got a 2-on-1 developing right here. Great pass back to the center. That puck's a little bit heavy for the stick to handle that one. It goes into the corner. It's speed starting out already. This one comes out. We got a new player here that has not been in one before, able to chip it forward. And they're going to get a chance the other way.
So for the uninitiated, you guys might be wondering why that player just had a wide open shot on net but didn't shoot the puck. I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about the rules of blind hockey. One of them is you're not allowed to shoot on net until you have possession of the puck in the attacking zone and complete at least one pass. How will the blind players know that has occurred? The referees have a special indicator thing on their hands, and it'll beep to let them know that pass was successful. Then they'll know that shots are possible.
This one comes out of the zone and turn, change direction, going to put it up to the wing, bounces off, and some line changes happening, and the puck gets missed and then brought into the zone. He'll be looking for that initial pass and won't get a chance to do it as it gets broken up. And we got a 2-on-1 right here developing the pass and the goal.
Tony Chesro with the early goal for the yellow team here. He plays out of Chicago. He's a diehard Hawks fan. In a couple weekends, July 17th through 20th, there's another blind hockey event happening, the Windy City Blind Hockey Showdown. Shout out to Drew Garza and company for organizing that one.
How many teams will participate in a showdown like that?
They typically do 4.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's quite well traveled. You'll have teams from Pittsburgh, the East Coast. My favorite team is the Hartford Brailers, not to be confused with the Chicago Blind Hawks. Yeah, they got their creativity here for sure with the names. But Tony's a fantastic player, was a really accomplished skater, has a high IQ, plays on the national team, and a tremendous leader for the blind hockey community.
Kevin Papra pushes it up. Adam Young had it for a second, went off the sticks, come back the other way. We don't have all the numbers for the green team in this one.
There's that pass, a shot on net.
Some of these guys experience in hockey with impaired.
Oh,
what a shot.
Snipe. That's Dan Schramm for you. That guy can make a mean pulled pork sandwich, and he has a mean wrist shot. He's also part of the national team.
Tell us about the weight of that puck. How does that compare to
great question.
to a standard puck?
So it's about 2.5 times the size. It's hollow, it's metal, and it's full of ball bearings. So it's basically Mad Max on ice. The thing can get dented up pretty quickly, so there's a lot of serrated edges. So you are a very daring person if you go down to block one of those things. But yeah, that hollowness and those ball bearings, that's key for these people who need the aid of the acoustics to be able to locate the puck.
Adam Young bringing it in the zone. He'll look to make the initial pass that gets them ready for a goal, and it gets turned over. Schramm circling around, looking for an outlet pass. And it squirts through, goes to the other side. That's got to be tough for the little guy dealing with the extra weight of that puck. Yellow team brings it into the zone. Squeeze to the outside. Marty McSorley with the play. This is Marty's second Dawg Bowl being blind, at least. The Dawg father coordinates all of this. So
great pass there.
Good move to the middle. Tries the backhand, gets pushed out into the corner. Move to the outside. Chicken Wing grabs that one. He hangs on to it. We'll have a face-off.
So blind hockey, you might assume, means that the players are blind. The only players that are usually fully blind playing the sport are the goalies. In fact, when you're playing in competition, the goalies have to be fully blind.
Which is really counterintuitive. I would expect that they have the best vision
right.
of the players on the ice. That's got to be quite a sensation, having to just listen and move and then feel it hit you. And I have seen a couple in the games I've watched where they take one square off the mask and they don't flinch at all because the sound has stopped as the puck is flying.
You might also think, like, wait a minute, a blind hockey goalie in a regulation-sized net, that seems a little unfair. I will point out, for the benefit of viewers, normally blind hockey is played with nets that aren't as tall. Same width, but they're not the same height. They're about 2/3 the height of a normal hockey. So that's why you see the dark-colored jersey goalie always on his knees. He's naturally used to that position because that would normally put his head at the crossbar.
Yep. Is that an effort to bring shots lower?
Bring shots lower and make it more competitive. Otherwise there would be a lot more goals scored and a little less skill, a little bit more chance. So it's a great way of making it equalized for everyone involved.
I think Jordan Rampy wins that one back. That is a sighted player that's wearing the goggles. This is at least his second one. I know he was out here last year, and I think he's doubled in size. He's bringing it into the zone. He's looking for that initial pass. Good pass. That's Riley. Fires it. Bounces off the outside of the goalie. Riley, a big Dawg Nation volunteer. He set up the taco bar along with his father, who was also out there on the opposite team. Both sighted players wearing goggles. It's the red glove Schramm. He brings it in. He waits for his teammates. They're a little slow to catch up to him, but he's keeping control just fine. Good chance from the outside, doesn't make it through. If it's picked up by Yellow, they'll put it right back to the point of where it stays in the zone. Schramm again looking for help. And now we got the little guy driving in hard. He's got a lane. He goes after it. Gets blocked down in front and left behind the net. Wraparound goal.
All right.
Schramm. Now we got a 2-1. Thank you. We got a 2-1 with the dented pucks. I think we'll do dented pucks versus Yellow on here. It's not really official, but it seems to fit the jerseys. This one's one back to the Yellow side again, who seems to be dominating the face-offs to this point. That's Rick Rampy, pushes it up the side. They're going to carry it into the zone again and wait to set up. Good pass, streaking, and off of the stick and goes wide.
Those two guys have a lot of chemistry, Tony Chesero and Josh Schneider. Big advocates for the blind hockey community. Josh lives out in New Jersey, runs a lot of programs out there. A great example of his ability to grow the sport is he was able to do a showcase game before one of the Stadium Series contests of the New Jersey Devils this
wow.
year. Yeah.
How cool is that? So of these blind hockey kind of league, like all across the country, how many teams, do you know how many teams there are kind of organized?
Yeah, it's grown and shrunk because of COVID. If we look at pure registration numbers, we had 400 USA hockey, blind hockey registered players before COVID. We're down to 170 in the U.S.
Right.
That's official registered. There's certainly more than that. But
right.
That gives you an idea of where the program is and trying to recover. So from my knowledge, I know there's established teams in the Dallas, Las Vegas, Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Hartford, and Chicago area. We also used to have a team here in Colorado called the Visionaries. They disbanded, but Dan Schramm is a big advocate for trying to get that team back up and running again.
Well, hopefully this helps a little bit. The glasses are really a good thing, right? At least it can get a couple extra players on the ice and have enough for a game when you start setting up if you don't have enough players.
Absolutely.
And then that exposure, New Jersey, this kind of exposure, great for the sport. Hopefully it'll make a comeback. Gets to the outside, a little rampy, gives it to Riley. Riley goes all the way across, throws it a little bit hot to get picked up. And then it is eventually picked up on the boards, and they'll exchange it and comes out the other way. It seems like every time I look up, Schramm has the puck. He can't get through Rampy there. Rampy with the breakout pass. A little bit of room. And cannot do the breakaway again because they have to establish possession inside the zone. So circles around, waits for his teammates to get there. Once that first pass is made, that possession is determined. Fire from the outside, it tumbles, goal. Little touch, and the lead of the taco bar is able to put one away. We all want to cheer for the guy with the taco bar.
You mentioned a breakaway. You know, that's another reason why that first pass in his zone is really important. You can imagine how dangerous it would be having a guy go down on a breakaway on a blind goalie.
Right.
A lot of accidents. So,
well, I saw, so they had one goal where it was a 2-on-1, and that first pass didn't happen until a one-timer into the net. Is that allowed?
Yeah,
is that
because that's
considered
the pass,
possession?
and then the shot is immediate. Yeah.
Okay. Adam Young coming in. He's looking for help. He puts it up the boards and to the point, but the ref gets in the way. And they'll maintain possession. And now throws it just sneaks right through Adam Young, gets all the way over to the other side. And this will get out of the zone. Marty looking for a breakaway. He doesn't get it, but it's on the stick of Schramm again. He's got a 2-on-1 right here developing. And that gets canceled out. That's an interesting tactic right there. You don't have to cover the puck holder. You just cover the pass because he's got no choices.
Yeah, hard to screen a blind goalie too, isn't it?
They're still trying. They're still trying.
So, yeah, there's definitely different nuances to this game. You never cover the shooter on a 2-on-1. You cover the pass. You don't have to worry about bodies in front screening the goalie. It makes for a little bit more of an interesting, open, pass-friendly game.
And this one gets passed out front. It's picked up by Marty Richardson. He's looking for a little bit of help and slips out of there. They'll do a little battle for it against the boards right in front of the scorekeeper. And then they'll regroup. Team Yellow regroups. Chips it right through Marty. And then it gets turned over to the Dennett Pucks. And that gets into the zone and gets held up by Keenan. Shot, goal, Adam Young. Keenan, Adam Young, puts it underneath the goalie, scores.
Way to go, Adam.
Another quick one-timer right there. Adam's been out here every year helping with the Dawg Bowl, set stuff up, get stuff into those locker rooms for all the teams.
All-star volunteer.
And has to be one of the funniest guys I've ever talked to. He has more blind jokes than I could have ever imagined in a lifetime.
Yeah, you never see him coming.
All day kind of fun.
Yeah.
One thing Adam is not great at is driving a golf cart. We found that out at the Dog Nation golf tournament. Andrew Keenan going to the outside, showing some speed. He's looking for a pass. He's got Adam with him, but he's going to drop it back to Rampy. Rampy tries to return it, and it gets picked up. Schramm coming the other way. Schramm, once again, is 1-on-4 as his team's a little bit slower getting in the zone than he is. So he's forced to wait. Fires one across the middle, hits a couple sticks, bounces out. Centering pass blocked by the goalie. It looks to Adam Young, breakaway position. And he'll wait for his team to come in. Definitely Yellow's been a little bit quicker getting in the offensive zone than the Dennett Pucks have. This one goes out to the point. Marty Richardson's going to pick it up off the boards before he gets a chance to do much. Rampy's on him. They maintain possession for a moment. Then Rampy's going to take it to the outside. So they've already got guys down ice. Caught him in a line change there. Shot from way out. Hits 2 sticks, goes wide of the net. And Dented Pucks will break it out. Got about 7 minutes left to go in this first half. We're still running the half format, so 2 halves of hockey. Really good for keeping a tournament on time. Some players aren't used to it. Riley kicks it out of the net, of the zone, rather. Chestro, long pass. Like Kevin Paprith will walk it into the zone, look for help, turns it over, gets it back. We'll call that a drop pass. And scoring chance, and slides underneath the goalie.
Oh, the changeup.
It was a changeup for sure. He fanned on it, and or I should say he faked it, perfect, and let it just trickle right in there.
I think he channeled his Nikita Kucherov on that one.
That was.
Yeah, so if you're at home tuning in, we really appreciate you checking this sport out. If you're interested to get involved with blind hockey in your community, there's a lot of great social media accounts. Just search Blind Hockey on Facebook. You're bound to find a community that'll welcome you in. USA Hockey has a page all about it as well. Basically what we want is a safe sport that's a lot of fun. Work hard, play fair, give back, really translates with this blind hockey. You get yourself rated, find out if you qualify. There's so many different types of vision impairments, so it's all about getting yours registered, figuring out where yours lies on a rating scale. That's really important. Basically, to just want to make sure that you are safe for yourself out there and others. Oh, what a pass.
Great pass from behind the net. Shot goes off the post, then hit the goalie pad.
The Dented Pucks, the team, also has a podcast called The Dented Puck, and that's a really great place to listen in on stories. Dan Schramm's a frequent guest. There's a lot of players from the national team that go on there, coaches as well. Really great accounts of how they got involved in the game, and really inspiring to encourage others to pick up the sport. That's The Dented Puck. Oh, what a shot.
Shot from the outside, gets in there. They're waving it off, potentially. And a little bit of a discussion on, I think, whether possession was created or not. And it looks like it will not be a goal. And it will come out of the zone because possession was not established. That's good sportsmanship right there by Dan Schramm on the scoring team. He went in and made sure the refs, who aren't the normal refs for this, knew that that was not allowed. Adam Young brings it in the zone. He looks to drop it back. Refs getting tangled up in there. Players are going at it in the corner, or in the up right in front of the bench. And it comes out on the Dented side. Picked up by Riley. He has it for a brief second before Schramm takes it. Schramm's going to carry it in the zone, wait for his team to catch up. It's in the corner, number 88. He's circling around, his first time in the blind event, I believe. No, set up in the point, got a good lane right there, couldn't control the puck. Tipped out, now it's a race back. And Schramm once again has it. Definitely kind of the wheelman of this operation. He flips it up, gets picked up by Rampy. Little guy comes out of the bench, you couldn't even see. He was shorter than the door. Shot out, makes a play, comes out. The honorary Dented Pucks taking it into the zone, waiting for help. Drop pass, tries to pass it back up to him. Backhand, gets on goal, save.
This kid's got wheels.
He does, he's got some speed. It's Andrew Keenan, this is a 2-on-none breakaway chance. And they, oh, what a great play. Great play by Rampy to give it back to Keenan, just missed him. Goalie is committed the other way. That was going to be an empty net for him to shoot at. Andrew's shot hits 2 sticks. Marty Richardson He's going to give it up to the little guy. Little guy's got some speed and energy. Comes into the zone. He tries to turn and drop it. Hits a stick, but Marty picks it up for a second, and then Keenan has it. 2:20 left to go in this first half of hockey. Still sounds weird to say half. So in the blind hockey game, it appears that the offsides is the same. Icing, same. All those other calls are pretty much the same.
That's correct.
And 2-minute penalties, all those are the same as sighted hockey.
Yep.
How's the trash talking?
You know, the communication is amazing. The guys that know each other, they're friends. Hockey's already a small community, but you can imagine the blind hockey community too.
Sure.
They got so many digs on each other, it's hilarious. But, you know, talk about communication. If you're sitting on that bench, I've played with the national team in Chicago before. Here we go.
Andrew Keenan passed it, set it up. They couldn't do the other side, got around behind the net, couple chances, puts it over the top of the goalie.
So with the goalies being blind, most of it, like normally, when you're sitting on that bench and these two teams' jersey colors are black and yellow, you'll be like, yellow, yellow, left, black, black, right. What that's doing is saying who has possession and is it to the right or left of the goalie's point of view. So you're yelling at your own goalie to help them establish positioning and angles as the puck moves across the ice.
So if you pack them in 20,000 deep and they're cheering, it's going to get tough.
Very.
Pass across Adam Young, intercepted by a little guy, comes out. And a little 2-on-1 right here. Possession is established. Out front, good pass. Gets tangled up in the bodies. A couple chances on the outside by Richardson. Shows a little frustration that one got pickpocketed. Comes out. Good pickpocket play by Schramm to make sure that puck didn't go the other way. He's going to rip it around the boards. Marty's going to peel it off the boards. Get down low. He's looking for a little bit of help. Possession established. He walks out, tries to walk. Puck goes over his stick. Schramm picks it up from the outside. Schramm being a good sport about it. He's got his goal. He's passing a lot more than he's shooting. And that's going to do it for the period. Right now we have a 5-2 lead with the yellow team is winning. We'll see Patrick Donnelly is the coach on the honorary dented pucks, I'll call them, since they have those jerseys. And we'll see what Donnelly can do at this moment of pressure with a 5-2 deficit. I don't see a whiteboard. It must be an emotional speech. So what is the Stanley Cup of blind hockey? Is there enough teams that go to one event, or is it kind of regionally established?
You know, a lot of it is just regionally established hockey tournaments that have been going on for a couple years at least. There's a few that happen in Canada every year. The presence of blind hockey in Canada is extremely strong. You know, it's basically their national sport. And, there's a lot of good hockey going on up there. A really good tournament that happens every year is the National Hockey Festival put on by the Hendrickson Foundation. It just happened this year, May 29th through June 1st. A lot of the guys on the dented puck team or the blind hockey teams, they would have been there. There's usually a game that's Canada versus USA at that event. You know, those are the most established national teams, and this is the best way to be growing the sport right now, are these regional tournaments.
And how do these players fund their traveling? Is it self-funded? Do they get some help, or where does that money come from?
Yeah, sponsorships would be wonderful. Usually these tournaments get sponsors at different tiers, similar to how Dawg Bowl functions. That'll usually go towards paying ice time and maybe jerseys and maybe snacks. There's not a lot left over after that for travel. So a lot of this is self-funded.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a homebrew, too. You'll see homemade hockey nets so that they'll be to spec. And you'll see homemade shooter tutors, you know, that are at the right dimensions for that net.
Okay.
And back to the national conversation for a second. You know, we have the 2026 Winter Olympics coming up in Milan and Paralympics as well. We're trying to get blind hockey to the point where at another upcoming Winter Olympics, we can have a showcase event like these homegrown tournaments. We want to have the ability to show this
Get
at
some
a
exposure.
global scale at a level so that we can start growing the sport beyond North America to the extent that some of these other power hockey countries like Sweden and Finland can grow their programs. You know, the parallel I'll make is women's hockey. For a long time, it was an inevitability, USA versus Canada in the finals, but now those other countries have really good competitive women's hockey teams. The same thing needs to happen for blind hockey to get to that international level.
Yeah, the women's sport is growing exponentially, and it really has had some exposure, and a lot of people.
Oh!
There we go. There we go.
Way to go, Owen.
You know that he was pressing on it. You knew that one was coming. He made some great plays in there. He sees the lanes, goes in and buries one. That must have been that intermission speech by Donnelly there that really got these guys fired up, and they come out and right now
turn at that
into
Selly.
a 5-3.
Yeah, Owen's a homegrown product. He's from the Colorado area. He was at the Hendrickson Foundation tournament last month. He is a great example of the future of this sport. He undressed some of the more established players at the tournament there.
Is that right?
And now he's no longer a best-kept secret within the blind hockey world now. He had his coming out party, and we're here for it. We're really excited for him and his growth in this sport.
How old is he?
I don't know. I've never got the chance to find out, but
he's been impressive.
For those listening at home, he's not just a little guy who's like 15, 16. We're talking like under 10 years old about there. So to take on grown men and just leave them in their dust and have Sellies to back it up, like, let's go.
He's got personality.
I love his swagger.
Personality. That shot saves. The faceoff will come to the near side of the screen. A little bit of talking going on. Marty Richardson will take the draw for the honorary dented pucks, and he wins it cleanly. Now fight for it against the boards. Picked up, put to the center, gets tipped, and Andrew Keenan blocks it off. And we got a 2-on-2 coming out of there. Pass is made, then intercepted. We're gonna rim that thing all the way around. That's got to be the goalie's least favorite noise there. They'll fight for it in front. So if you change possession inside the zone, do you have to reestablish, or can you just shoot?
Usually they don't make you reestablish possession. Okay. I've noticed that.
Just till it comes out of the zone.
Yeah.
Kevin Papilov, Andrew Keenan going to the, he had a guy on the back door right there he was shooting for, and the stick gets in the way. Good play to break that thing up. There's some friendly collisions going on. Somebody's going for the bench and has no idea that the puck is right at his feet, I think, and that is a sighted player using the goggles. That's Rick. He does a lot of work here at Dawg Bowl and volunteering at every event around, and is part of the taco bar as well. Father of Riley. Possession is made. Owen fires wide. It'll be picked up by the pucks again. Look for a little bit of help, and they'll fight for it in the corner. Comes out. Rampy's got a little bit of room to skate, and he's going to. He's got one guy to beat. Beats him. He's waiting for somebody to catch up. They're doing a line change behind, so he's going to have to keep waiting for a little bit. Tries a backhand sauce. It gets picked off by, once again, Schramm. Schramm's going to take his time going into the zone. waiting for teammates to catch up. Hits a stick, goes right through it. Picked up by the yellow team. And then back to Schramm. Schramm regrouping. Good touch pass. Schramm into the zone. Staying onside as required. Drop pass. He decides to give a backhand. Tries to get it over for Owen. Slips by. Picked up by Riley. Will fight Owen in the corner.
Oh, what a play.
Great pass, great tip. Schramm had to put that one in. It was such a good pass. Schramm's second goal. And now we have a 5-4 game.
Speech worked. That halftime speech really got to him.
Right. Great coach in there. You guys might be traveling with this guy now. Owen to take the draw. Owen versus Rampy. Owen pushes it forward. And I believe that's Gabe. Picks it up, pushes it in. Couple passes. Rampy's got a little bit of room to the outside, and he's going to skate it. He chips it up. Good pass. Adam Young slips by him, but he still has possession of it. He's going to have to make a pass here. Takes a look, tries to get over to Rampy, gets Rampy in the foot. Rampy makes a move, chips it up, over. Wow. And that one got knocked out of the net. It was on its way. It was about to roll right in.
That was incredible. D knocked it right out of the air right as it was going over the goalie's shoulder. Saved the goal there for sure.
Schramm, Martinez tries to poke it in, and save is made, comes out far. Everybody trying to push this thing in, and it's not happening through the crowd of people. Owen's going to regroup. He's looking for help. Passes to the middle. Shot by Richardson. That takes down Adam Young. Does not look like a good puck to block. To your point earlier. Schramm tries to give it to Owen, slips by him, picked up by Rampy. Adam Young will go off to the bench slowly. Rampy's showing a little bit of speed. Martinez is on him, riding like a mule. And Rampy maintains possession while everybody else comes into the zone. Gives it up to Kevin Paparos. Paparos tries to backhand it into the middle. That pass is intercepted. He's going to take it back. Now he goes up to the point. Oh, struggle for it down low. Owen kicks it out of there, but it's picked up by Yellow. Got room, good move to the inside. Goal. Good hands. Tony Chesro, U.S. national team from Chicago, top 10 in the world on the NHL. Shell.
And, you know, if you're a player trying to get into the sport, I promise you no experience is necessary. These clubs love anyone with the enthusiasm and passion for the game. A lot of the players that do play blind hockey at one time had normal sight and have that hockey sense or IQ from their playing days with their vision, but that is by no means the standard around here. All the clubs are really willing to work with you at your pace. I've seen that firsthand with some great coaching from these guys. They're really wanting to grow this sport, and they're really excited about anyone who will show up for it. So don't let your lack of skating ability dissuade you.
Schramm drops it off for Gabe, gets picked up by yellow team. Chestro tries to pass it forward, hits a stick, goes back to the pucks. Schramm with it again, kind of orchestrating everything as normal. Gets it over for Richardson. Richardson tries to fly by Riley, and Riley gets a piece of that puck. Turns it around to the point, gets chipped in. Picked up by the speedster. I feel like if you have a red helmet, you just have to be fast. You know, it just goes with the gear. Drops it for Riley. Riley tries to shoot, gets deflected wide. Again, Keenan gets it out front, trying to walk through. They get in real close to the goal. Too close almost to shoot. So goes for the wraparound. Good save by the goaltender going post to post right there. Then you got a little father and son squabble going at the net right there. Size versus speed right there. We're down to about 13 minutes left to go in this one. And I think all these players will probably be okay with kind of the short game, seeing that there is very few people on the bench for either team. Back to Keenan, it gets pushed away. Marty Richardson's on a breakaway, and now he's starting to realize that a breakaway can't happen. So he's got way out in front of everybody and has to wait. Gives a drop to Gabe, and it gets pushed back up to the point where they will fight for it and push it out. Rampy picks it up. He's going into the zone first. Takes a look, drops it for Adam Young, who's back after blocking that shot. He's going to fire to from the outside, hits Rampy. Martinez turns it around, slows things down a little bit, takes a look. I think fatigue is setting in some of these, especially the guys that are not on the blind team. The guys with the glasses seem to be slowing down, other than the kids. Rampy to Chestro, big save. Back to Rampy. Rampy hits the post, bounces out. Another close one picked up by Keenan. Yellow team dominating the chances right here. Chestro leaves it to Rampy. They seem to be building some chemistry between the two of them. Rampy walks in. He's looking for help. Puts it all the way across the crease. Going to be picked up by Adam Young against the boards. Adam to Rampy. Martinez takes it from him temporarily. They'll fight for it. Gabe comes in, big backhand, does not clear the zone as Keenan keeps it in. He's going to walk at the line, walks right around, and he got a little lane for himself. He's now through three people trying to get the handle. Great pass, goal.
Oh, that's the play of the game right
wow, wow. He held it on that line, straddling that line, walked through three people. Beautiful backhand pass to Chesro's just waiting, and a great shot by Chesro. Even at the end of it, he put it up high. The goalie was actually going post to post pretty quick.
Bar down. That was amazing.
You can see that kind of deflate the puck side as they were within two. And now this deficit goes to 3 again with a 7-4 yellow team lead.
And I mean, that's just a fantastic hockey play. I don't care if you're fully sighted or not. It just gives you an idea of how good these national players are.
Rick pushes this one in the zone, gets turned over, comes back, gets picked up again. Schramm waiting for some help. He's got Owen. Owen's one-on-one with the goalie. Big move. Big move. Ran out of real estate there. He had the goalie laying flat, and give that kid a couple years and a protein shake, and he's going to lift that right over the goalie. He just doesn't have that strength yet. Martinez, he's going to walk into the middle. He's got a scoring chance. Fires it low, hard. Goalie makes a save. It's picked up by Keenan. Keenan's going to the outside. Keenan chips it up. Adam Young flies by him. He's going to be the first into the zone. He's got Keenan with him. A couple other players coming in.
I love this Owen kid. He's not afraid to go
He's
into the
attacking
dirty areas
these big
at all.
guys. That one made me flinch a little bit. I thought Adam was coming around with some steam. I'm like, he weighs as much as Adam's left leg. Schramm brings it into the zone. He'll slow things down, let his teammates come in. Hits the high slot areas. Martinez picked up by Owen again. Owen back to Schramm. Owen just has some incredible hockey sense, whether he's
really
passing,
does.
finding lanes, whether he's shooting.
Yeah, I'm watching him without the puck, and he's getting to open areas too.
Adam Young looks to rip that one in. It's picked up by Schramm. Schramm's going to make some moves. Skates by Paproth. Got some speed, and then he'll slow it down in the zone. He wants to shoot, but knows he cannot, and he's waiting for some help. He's got Martinez on the trailer. Martinez gives it back to Schramm. Schramm fires high. It's blocked. Owen goes through his stick. Picked up on the outside. Richardson. Martinez. Richardson. It's bouncing around to everybody. Martinez again. This time Schramm fires from the outside, hits a stick, goes wide. Paproth challenged by Owen. Owen creates a turnover, gives it to Richardson. Richardson's got work in the corner. He gets squared off by Keenan.
Good pressure from the dented puck team right now. They want to win this game.
They're
You can
getting some
tell.
scoring chances. Gabe from the point, coming in off the bench. Round to Richardson, picked up by Keenan. Keenan's going to look to give it to Paproth. Does not see it as he's going for a change, but it sneaks out of the zone. Maybe he wasn't going for a change. I'm not sure where he was going. But he's engaged now. Martinez looking for teammates. Got to establish possession. Needs one pass before a shot. He goes all the way over to Richardson. Hits his stick. Goes into the corner. Picked up by Owen. Good moves by Owen. Oh, working. Look at him working the corner. Gives it up. Pass out front. Intercepted. Riley. Riley's going to bring some speed to this one. Him and Young going into the zone. Got a 2-on-1 right now. He's looking for help. Chips it over. It's live now. It's live. Oh, the shot goes wide. Into the corner. Picked up by Owen. I think Owen's the only one not doing line changes. Got that youthful energy. Owen's looking to split the D. And that one's offsides. Just about 6 minutes left to go. It is a 3-point lead for the yellow team, 7-4. Schramm having a conversation with the ref, probably telling him what he should be doing. That doesn't change no matter what hockey is.
Yep.
Doesn't matter what league it is. We've all got advice for the referees. Should be noted that all the referees that are out here this weekend for all these games are being played with 50-plus teams. The refs are volunteering their time. So really unique that the ice is heavily discounted. The refs are free. Big part that so the money that's being paid goes to the charity and to the people in need. Rampy waiting. He's got Riley. Riley streaking towards the net. Gives a soft touch pass. Gets intercepted by Schramm. Schramm puts it up the boards for Richardson. That one's going to be Chesrow's going to take that away from him. He's got a little bit of room. Finds a seam. He does a good job of like fast, slow, right? Like adjusting his throttle and find those little spaces. Pass out up top. Picked up by Riley. Rampy chips it in. Picked up and clear to the zone. Richardson's going to hustle because he's used to a breakaway. Then he's realizing again he needs a pass. Riley chops it away from him. Gives it to Chesrow. Chesrow's got Rampy. Rampy Jr., I guess. There's two Rampies out there. One's quite a bit quicker than the other one. Happens to us all. Rampy to his dad. In the skates. Gets pickpocketed. Taken away by Schramm. Martinez got a pass up front. Headmans the puck. Picked up by Richardson. Richardson gets into the zone. He's got Schramm. Touches Schramm's stick. Bounces over. Picked up by Rampy. Rampy's got a little bit of speed. He's going to pass it around Owen. Gets touched. Bounces again. Has to establish possession. He's waiting. Looking. Waiting. He's got some pressure. And falls to the pressure. Schramm picks up the puck. You can see Schramm really adjust to whoever his opponent is at the time, and you can still see him holding back. Waiting to get onside. Schramm crosses the blue line, gives it back to Martinez. Martinez has got a lane. He's got a backhand outside, hits the goaltender save. Richardson coming in for the follow-up there. He gets blocked. Looks like he took a high stick on that one. Gets shot from the outside by Schramm. Goes across and in. And that will make it a 7-6 game. Looks like we got a little bit of Richardson took a stick up high. He's going to exit the ice. I think might have got him in the mouth on that one. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully it's just a stinger. Right now we got a 2-goal game with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Puck's adjusting right now to make sure they have 5 on the ice, as is the rule in most hockey that I know. Young takes off the draw, pushes it into the zone. Chesrow's going to take his time over to it, letting people set up. Chesrow has great hockey awareness, right? He's fast when he needs to be, he's slow when it makes sense.
Yeah, and he really likes to get his teammates involved. He's got that power build where he can kind of just skate through people if he wants to. And
He's got that solid appearance. This one's a race for the puck. Schramm's going to win that race. He's going to go around the net and wait. Gives a drop pass. Gabe fires. Goalie makes a save.
clutch save.
Paproth. That would have been a 1-goal game right there. Pucks needed that one. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. This one's going to bounce around. It's players kind of get in the way of each other and wipe out. And every now and then they remind you that the game's played on ice. This one comes back the other way. Puck's got numbers. Pass is made inside the zone. Another pass is made. And chops at it. Martinez has a chance. Oh, he looks back door, and it goes behind the net. And call whistle is because the net is off as we are inside 2 minutes. The clock's still ticking at our format here. Actually, they're going to stop it. If you're within 2 goals inside 2 minutes, it's stop time. Some big saves. That was another one. Clock's been reset to 2 minutes, actually. It trickled down a little bit. Good work by the scorekeeper. Also, all the scorekeepers here are volunteers. So of all the games being played, you got 2 scorekeepers, you got 2 referees, everybody's a volunteer. You got this camera crew. Everybody's putting in their time to make this epic event. Keenan up high, hits a skate, goes wide. Adam Young's going to pick this one up. He fires to the net. That one had just enough air to kill that sound. The goalie had to really react at the last second on that one. Minute and a half left to go. Rampy's going to take the draw for the yellow team. Gets up top, goes over to Keenan. Good D-to-D pass right there. Keenan's going to walk in and get dangerous, and he gets tripped down. No call on the play. Picked up by Riley. Riley goes high and in. Gives a little bit of space for the yellow team as it was starting to look like the pucks were creeping into this thing. Minute, 20 seconds left to go. So I have to ask, in blind hockey, do you ever pull your goalie?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised not to see that happen from the black team back when it was about 2 minutes left and we had the face-off in yellow's end. But yeah, you know, it's a dangerous thing to do normally. I think that's the reason they don't, is the coaches are used to the goalies being blind and they're escorted to and from the net and through the handshake line. So
okay.
You can imagine trying to get...
So then it's a free-for-all. They got to try to make it to the bench.
That could end poorly.
Established possession, attempt, fails, gets out to Schramm. It's kept in. Great play to keep this thing in and establish possession. Rampy's one-on-one with the goalie, and he can shoot. And he does shoot, and it scores. And we are run time inside of a minute now because of the goal differential. That's probably going to do it. They got the Men's League Classic right here, which is take your time on a face-off. You can do 40-second face-offs in Men's League, no problem. Well, that was no goal, so maybe possession wasn't established in there. I'm not sure what that one was called, but this one comes back. Granby with a 360 pass. Riley, there's no time left, but he's cruising anyway. He's going to try to get it to the middle, and that's going to expire. That's going to be our final, the yellow team, 9-5. So they created some distance. And Daniel, I thank you a lot for coming out and telling us about blind hockey. So if somebody wants to be a fan of blind hockey, not even a player, social media search blind hockey is the best way to do it.
That's the best place I can tell you to go. We're grassroots right now, and that's a great place to start. And it was a pleasure talking with you, Zach. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you. I can tell you with the blind hockey players that I've met, it's an incredibly tight community, very kind community. They're out here volunteering. I had them taking down a tent last year, and they couldn't even see the tent. So great to have everybody out here. Thanks again, Daniel. Final score, 9-5 on that one. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
That's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in.
I'm Lucas Bisbee with New York Life and Eagle Strategies, proud sponsor of Dawg Bowl 15.
Always remember to play hard
Play fair.
and give back.
We'll see you at the next face-off.